Fun fact, this is my second time recording this. Hey guys, welcome to Sketchaday. I'm Spencer. If you have no idea what's happening, that's okay. I want you to go to sketchaday.com/newsletter and check out this free downloadable guide. Well, you do have to sign up for the newsletter, but it is free. It contains a lot of tips and tricks and things that I've just learned throughout the years in my career that I wanted to share with you guys. So head over there, sign up. Also, you can find me on Instagram at sketchaday.com. But since you're here on YouTube, make sure that you hit subscribe and turn on those alerts. Why would you do that? Well, I post a lot. I don't want you to miss out. So if you turn on alerts, it'll actually ping you when I'm going live or if I've published a video. That being said, today I thought I would do something interesting. Well, I've done it before. I am answering a question that I received in comments, and I'm notoriously bad at this. I forgot who it was, so my apologies, my sincere apologies, but thank you for the feedback. I had a question about warming up, best techniques, practices, and how you get ready for sketching. So that's what we'll be covering today. I'm going to go over 3 techniques that I find personally helpful, and I've covered these in videos over the years in little bits and pieces, but here's just an overall comprehensive video. It will be quick on how I warm up and get ready to sketch. So with that, grab a pen, paper, whatever you have, it's all good, and let's get started. So a couple important things. One, it doesn't matter terribly much, at least at this phase of sketching, how good your paper is or how good the pen is. Really, we're focusing on the mechanics of your arm. So if you draw with your right arm, left arm, whatever the case may be, I want you to focus on your shoulder and your elbow. Now, this may seem strange, but one of the things I do like to do before I sketch is actually stretch. So stretch before you sketch, and I'll kind of pull my arm in like so, sometimes over my head, but really I just want to make sure that my muscles and ligaments are ready for sketching. Sketching is a physical activity. You may not think of it as such, but I want you to focus on your shoulder and your elbow. And these are going to be our pivot points, okay? Lock your wrist. So your wrist, imagine that there's an invisible cast on your wrist. We're not going to use our wrist when we draw. There are exceptions to this, but for the purposes of warming up, we're going to focus on the shoulder and the elbow. So the first thing I like to do is 2 points on the page and then attempt to draw a straight line. Now my pen is dying, so I'm going to have to find another pen here. And so happens that this is a brush pen, but the idea is that you want to just draw, again, with your elbow and your shoulder as pivot points, as many straight lines as you possibly can. Now, I am using cheap printer paper. Again, it doesn't matter so much the type of paper as it does your execution. Now, to get a good straight line, you kind of have to move a little quickly, okay? So speed is going to help improve the presentation of the line, although at times that may be at odds with the accuracy of the line. So if you're moving really fast, sometimes it's hard to hit those points. So to help with accuracy, you can actually warm up in this way as well, where you put 2 points on the paper and then try and draw a line as quickly as you can between those points. The less time there is for your arm to travel between those 2 points, the less likely you're going to have some sort of aberration or wiggliness. Okay, so there's a slow line, there's another slow line, slow, and then here's some fast lines. Okay, so the idea is to sketch faster than you're necessarily comfortable with. The next one I like to do is circles. So circles are defined as, you could say, a line or a series of points that are equidistant from a central point, okay? So to do that, I'm going to ghost over the paper, meaning just hover over the paper, and when I'm ready, I can draw that shape. My goal and what I'm thinking of is I try to draw circles that are about 2 to 3 inches in diameter, but I also want there to be as little as possible overlap on the start and end points. Okay, so here's an example. There's my start and end point on this line, and you can see there's very little to no overlap. You can also focus on speed, so if you want to practice sketching faster with your circles, you can do that as well. And so I focus less on accuracy and more on just getting my muscles warmed up at this point. Okay, and these tend to be a little bit smaller. And then I can slow down again and kind of do my larger circle shapes. Okay. There are a few other things you can do, but I just want you to focus on these three because these are three parts of products that you sketch that you'll encounter. So lines, circles, ellipses. So with ellipses, what I try to do typically is I'll have a few lines on my page and I can either pick, so let's label these lines A, B, C so I can reference them. I'll either pick, hey, I'm going to draw between lines A and B and try and hit the tangent on these ellipses. The other thing I'm trying to do is as I move down my page, I'm actually opening the ellipses. If you're curious what I'm talking about, there is a video that talks about the degree of an ellipse and what that is and what that means. And I actually cover some of this there, so feel free to hit that link. It's a short video. Watch it. It'll explain a lot of stuff to you. The other thing you can do is you can just use this line and sketch your ellipses so that half of your ellipse, or your ellipse is divided into equal halves rather. And also progressively open that ellipse as you move down the page. Again, why do you do this? If I want to sketch something like a quick coffee mug, for example, I've already done the work with my warm-ups and I've trained my brain and my arms to draw the right thing. Okay, so that's why this warm-up's important. And again, the other warm-ups are to help you use your lines to communicate shapes and build those shapes into forms using perspective so that you can communicate your product concepts. Now, how much should you warm up? That's a good question. Should it be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes? When I was a student, I would literally just sit and watch TV and go through page after page of printer paper. Probably not the most environmentally conscious thing, but it was a way for me to practice consistently every day, warming up on these basic techniques that you use when you draw. So if you're looking to get better at drawing with pens or just drawing in general, I highly suggest you figure out what warm-up techniques you need. I think these three are three good basic techniques that you can use as a product designer to help you with your product design sketches. With my illustrations, I try to warm up as well. So just find what works for you, but I think this is a good starting point. So hopefully that answers your question, whoever you are. Again, my apologies. But I do love you all, and I just want to say sincerely thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, thank you for being a part of all this, for sharing in my dream, and my passion for drawing and visual communication. If you found value here, definitely subscribe, turn on alerts, but more importantly, I want you guys to figure out ways to give back. If you've learned something, share it with someone, share this video, share the channel, share your knowledge, and help someone get better at what they do. Because as a student, that's something I didn't have personally. Well, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Sketch-A-Day.